Ever since I was little, I was always thinking about the future. What should I do when I'm an adult? Will I live long enough to fulfill my dreams? What even are my dreams? These aren't questions the typical kid would think about, but I guess that's what makes me an artist. I make what I wish to see, I sing what I cannot speak through words, and I write what I cannot express through either. The very act of creating something is a brand new experience for the world. I discovered my passion for art and storytelling through Xbox Live, a silly little Minecraft series called Seedlings. They took my favorite game that has no definitive plot or ending and created a completely different world with concepts I never would have thought of. It blew my feeble little 12-year-old mind. I found the act of making a universe that had never existed before absolutely extraordinary. A world that would never exist if I didn't think about it. If I didn't put my dreams into words and pen to paper, it quickly became my greatest joy, and the prospect of sharing my creations was even more endearing. I never saw any of my art as a failure or ugly or cringe. I just made what made my heart happy, and I enjoyed every second of it. What I struggled with instead was self-doubt and whether I could complete what I set out to make. I would dream up big projects, books, comics, movies, TV shows, and I would work on them for a while, but then put the story down before I could even get a completed first draft. All of my work remained concepts, abstract with little form. While these were still delightful to make, I quickly became overwhelmed by the work I was setting up for myself. I couldn't focus on it or let go of any of my ideas. This is what I defined as failure. No matter how much I tried, I just couldn't focus and work on just one to completion. In fact, I still struggle with this. This, along with other aspects of my life, spiraled me into depression. How can I make a living out of this if I can't complete even one project? Was this just a waste of time? Was I wasting away my life on dreams I can't reach? I was raised in a Christian home, and I believed with every fiber of my being that this is what I was made for. Art gave me hope. Making my silly little projects made me feel closer to my God and that I was living the life He made me to do. So I pushed through with a little prayer and a miracle. I kept going, kept trying, and kept on making art even if it felt all for naught in the long run. Then I had an epiphany. My value is not in what I can do. I'm trying to create things that normally take teams of people. While yes, some others have been able to create big projects on their own, those projects took years. They reflected their ideas off of friends and had a magnitude of concentration and focus that I simply do not have as someone with ADHD. I'm simply not built that way, as much as I wish I was. I'm different and there's beauty in that. But most importantly, by acknowledging my weaknesses, I can set better, easier to manage expectations and goals for myself that are actually achievable. Instead of seeing the entire project as this behemoth that's too big for me, I cut it into easier to see, smaller goals that will eventually lead to a completed product. But most importantly, I need to constantly remind myself that I shouldn't be trying to do everything alone. One of the biggest reasons I get overwhelmed is because I subconsciously think I have to do everything by myself. Where this ideation came from, I'm not entirely sure. But what I'm trying to focus on currently is the fact that I have friends now. Family, people who care about me and are willing to hear my ideas and help me see products come to life. And while art is one of my favorite things, I shouldn't put my identity in it. Art is just something I do. Every person does. I believe that we all find enjoyment in some form of creation, whether it be dancing, singing, drawing, writing, coding, sculpting, carving, cooking, baking, gardening, caretaking, translating, photography, just everything. The very act of existing beckons us to love and to make things, and there's joy in that. I feel more at home in my skin when I'm creative. I feel more in tune with my God and what I feel He's been drawing me towards. It has taken a lot of trial and error, but I've learned not to find my identity in my ability to create, because it's quite easy to lose one spark for something when it becomes an I have to. Art is just something we humans naturally do, and I just happen to enjoy many different forms of it. I shouldn't rely on people loving what I make in order for it to have meaning. It has meaning enough to me, and not every project needs to be completed. Sometimes we have to let go of some ideas in order to better develop the ones we want to make even more. All in all, I love what I do. And I'm grateful for the people who love me and my chaotic fun as well. My dream of spreading my love and joy through art is one I will never be able to let go. I feel truly blessed to have the support to make it happen.